welcome to Titanium Talash Tarot, and today I will be doing Are you knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness this week, and how? So for that, I will be following some concepts from SuperConscious Education brought to us by Chris Duncan. I will be mainly using my intuition, and with that being said, my gorgeous triple takers, let's get into the cards. Well, no cards today, just concepts. So with that being said, let's begin. Alright, so the first group I will be using my intuition for are the helpers. The perfectionists. Those are the individuals who know exactly what needs to get done in order for what they are working on to come out perfectly, right? At any given moment. So whatever it is that they're working on, that's what that is. So, let's see. Alright, so please, angels and guides, are my perfectionists knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? And I get a nobody yes. It's like you're on. What I saw was that a seesaw. So you are like in the middle of the seesaw and you're holding your balance. But, well, actually, I didn't actually see this. I just saw the seesaw. So what I am getting is that you are in the middle of the seesaw, and it's really just a balancing act at this point. And so the way you can be knocking yourself out of or getting out of your intuitiveness this week is, let's see, please, angels, please let us know how my perfectionists are knocking themselves out and knocking themselves, or getting in or getting out, whatever. Please, angels and guides. And we got universal. So you're not following universal signs because that came out in the reverse. You're not choosing through default. So I should really concentrate on this. Okay, so the ones that are in the upright are the conditional choices and and indirectness. So the way that you're knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness is with my perfectionist is by choosing conditionally, making a choice conditionally, as well as being indirect about what it is you actually want, which kind of goes hand in hand with conditional choice because you aren't thinking of exactly what you want. You're thinking about the conditions that will be attached to what it is you want, which is kind of like the worst thing to do in order to manifest this. In order to manifest anything, by the way, but that is neither here nor there. Now I'm going to figure out if my helpers are knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness. And helpers are those individuals who know at any given moment what needs to happen in order for a certain situation to be at its utmost best, right? So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share. Well, first of all, are they knocking themselves out? I should ask. So, are my helpers knocking themselves out? I'm getting a no. Well, that's good. You are staying in your power. You're staying in your way of intuiting this week, which is great. So that's awesome. So just be mindful not to knock yourself out of your intuitiveness. Just remember to see what, if it doesn't come in instantaneously, or if you just don't, if the thought of seeing something and you not knowing exactly how to help, I think that will be a sign for you to like stay out of it. So just be mindful, okay? And this is gonna be different for every single one of you, so take this as it resonates. All right. Now, for my achievers, the individuals who like to set goals and attain them. So please, wait, are my achievers knocking themselves out? All right. I'm getting yes, they are. So please, angels and guides, okay. How is how are my intu how are my achievers knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? Please, angels and guides. We have conscious, choice through default. We have a lot. And resolving negative issues. And indirectness in the upright. Well, so my achievers, you're putting conditions on what it is that you are attracting. Number one, through choice through default. Well, actually, yeah, because you do have conditional choice. But the first one is choice through default. So you feel like you have no other way but to follow the set path, which is not actually the case. There is a way for you to get through this your way, but you need to find it, and maybe that's what's lacking in this situation. That need of time is not being respected. Um, so because it's not being respected, you are choosing to follow a methodology which has been proven for others. It might not necessarily be proven for you, but you're deciding that, hey, what the hey, I'll do it. If it's worked for so many people, I will try to use it. Right? Then you have resolving negative beliefs about yourself, which might be one of the reasons why that you're being conscious and you're choosing through default, because you feel like you can't follow your intuitiveness now because something went off kilter and you're like, oh, I'm not as good as I used to be, so I should keep in mind that I should use what has worked time and time again for others, but that thing that worked for them might not work for you. So take this with a grain of salt. And because it's for others, you are putting a condition, right, on whatever it is that you're doing, which will make it even harder to manifest. And I'm talking from experience because I am the queen of conditions, putting conditions on what it is I'm manifesting. Putting conditions. Yes. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at myself. I'm gonna write this down. I'm the queen of putting conditions. Maybe you are too. I don't know. Conditions on my manifestations. That's why they're not coming in. All right. So that was for my. This is for my cheers. So you're putting conditions on your manifestations, which will lead you to indirectly attract what it is you want. Aha! So that is very interesting. Ooh, this is quite the revelation. Oh, and so you react because of you putting conditions and being indirect about what it is you actually want. You're reacting to the situation that you currently find yourself in. Ah, ooh, okay. So just keep this in mind. All right. Now that was for my achievers. Now for my individualists. So You. Okay. So, are my individualists the ones who like to be the center of attention, the artists, the influencers, the vloggers, the bloggers, the what have you, the ones in the center of attention, right? Are they knocking themselves out? I mainly get a no, but a slight tinge of a yes. So, so this might be at the beginning or this might be at the end. I'm not getting a clear, like, distinct answer. This is when it's gonna happen. I'm not. So, please, angels and guides, anyone says hi, it's good, or has a message for my individualists. Are they knocking themselves out? Well, not are they, but how? How are they knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness? By being indirect, by putting conditional choices, by resolving a negative issue about themselves, by choosing through default as well. Interesting. Well, indirectness is on a slant. So you're slightly indirect, but you're being slightly indirect as well as putting conditions on whatever you're choosing is causing you to feel like something's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you. It's your methodology which needs to be slightly tinkered, like not tampered, but tinkered with, like adjusted. But you're not thinking of that. You're thinking of you're doing something wrong, which is similar to, uh, you're doing something wrong, but you're doing something that kind of needs some adjustment. So it doesn't mean that you're completely wrong. It just means that you're slightly off kilter, which means that all you need is a little adjustment, and you're good as new. All right. Which is forcing you to choose through default because you feel like, seeing as you're the one who is making the error, you're the cause of the failure or whatever is going wrong. I feel like you are. I feel like that's what's really knocking you out of your intuitiveness. Not believing in yourself that much and believing in the fact that you know what's best for you, right? So now onto my investigators. So, let me just gather these. Okay, so are my investigators the ones who like to push the boundaries to see where they can go next, to figure out if they can find something new, to expand the world's knowledge of itself, to understand the world around them and all those things. So are my investigators knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week? I get a yes and a no. So what I'm getting with this is that this is not going to be the case for every single investigator. Most of you are going to do just fine. Some of you, not so much. You will be knocking yourself out of your intuitiveness. So how you're going to have to figure out, I mean, it depends on what it is that you're working upon this week. So that's a lot. That's just, okay, because you're reacting, you're being indirect, and you're following universal signs, and you are resolving a negative belief about yourself, and you're trying to do this consciously instead of doing unconsciously. Well, when I'm thinking unconsciously, while you sleep, listen to binaural beats, which I do, right? There's tons of them on YouTube, and you just have to pick the flavor of the binaural beat you want to listen to, and you're good. So I feel like that would be a way to help you subconsciously try to something that is kept hidden from your conscious mind. So like have messages appear on your screen that aren't how should I say it? That aren't um, that are slightly like slightly faint so that you can't see them at first, but your mind will know. You know, like the reason why I wear glasses, I don't need glasses, but these are blue light glasses. And the thing is that screens and neon lights and fluorescent lights, okay, they don't send you a continuous um, beam of light. They send you little bursts of light constantly, but you can't see that. Your eye does not, does not see all those those separations. So you might not notice, but your mind definitely notices, and that tires me. Some people they get affected by this, others don't. So I mean, it depends on every single one of us, right? I get tired, so yes. So investigators. Now for my loyalists. So are my loyalists knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness? I am getting a no. That was pretty. You're staying loyal to whatever it is that you feel drawn to this week, and that is how you are going to stay on top of your game, which is amazing. Now, my enthusiasts, the ones that like to get enthusiastic or enthusiastically protect an idea that they are passionate about. Um, so, are my enthusiasts knocking themselves out? I get an automatic yes. It's no questions asked. It's like a uh-huh. Alright, so let us see, shall we? So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, please come forward and share how will they be knocking themselves out of their intuitiveness this week, please, angels and guides. All of them. Seriously? Why? Okay, so we got indirect, we got reaction, we got conditional choice, we got choice through default, conscious resolution about your resolving a negative issue about yourself, and universal signs. This might be. I don't think all of you are falling into these categories. I think some of you are. So what I'm getting is it's going to be different for every single one of you, because I'm not really getting a story at this point. I'm just getting blah. Like what I mean to say is like a lot of you are gonna fall into this category. Like some of these, others of you will not. It's gonna differ for every single one of you. So it's not really a storyline. It's more like my first started. It's more like a possibility of reasons why. So I'm gonna read them again, and you just have to be mindful of what might be knocking you out of your intuitiveness this week. So we got indirectness, just being indirect about what you want, reaction, reacting to things, conditional choice, putting a condition on what it is you want to manifest, choice through default, deciding that in this situation you have no other choice, so you're going to have to choose the one others have chosen prior to you. Then we have conscious, so you're trying to consciously decipher what it is instead of leaving it up to your unconsciousness, things that you know intuitively that you don't necessarily need to think about, but are like being stuck choosing because of, I don't know. Then some of you might just feel like there's something wrong with you, so you might be resolving a negative belief about yourself because you don't feel comfortable with this. And then others of you will just be following universal signs because you aren't necessarily following your intuition about this, about whatever it is that you want to create. Okay? So now, onto my protectors, the ones who like to keep things, ideas, individuals safe. Okay? Keep them safe from others, keep themselves from corrosion. I just got rust as an image. I was like, okay. Or like stuff. You like to make sure that things are at their tip-top shape, right? And you want to keep them up to par. I'm also getting the image of of like of a servant, right? From England, nobility type, so people would work to keep for nobility so that their house can be cleaned. I don't know where that's coming from. So, so please, angels and guides are my protectors. Knocking themselves out, I get a no. I'm getting a no. So this week, you clearly know what it is that you need to do in order for whatever it is that you have in your care to keep it safe. Okay, which is great. Now, Now, for my chameleons, the ones who can use all of the aforementioned intuitive styles, depending on the situation that they find themselves in. So, please, angels and guides are my protectors. Not okay. So, are they knocking themselves out? Nope, nope. That's a clear no. Uh, Probably because you know that in any situation you're fine, you're golden. You can use any type of intuition, right? It's not just one, so you don't feel pigeonholed into just intuitively deciphering something one way that makes any sense at all. Okay, so my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email I can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.